All right, welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on ChannelOne TV. Now, this segment is interactive. We do want to hear from you throughout the rest of the show. Now, kindly join us on WhatsApp. Share your comments as the show progresses. Use 0204 447 033. That's our WhatsApp line. Use that to send us messages even as we are watching, and share your thoughts concerning the various things that we're discussing right here. Now, some of you may have missed what happened yesterday, but you know, for the fact that a group like the Catholics, for example, as a body, they are embarking on a prayer protest against Galamsey tomorrow morning. For me, it's very uplifting, because I feel that some people say that, why do we want people to stop going to work? Because of, it's like just because of Galamsey, people should go on strike. I think you're, Jiva, I think you're living under a rock. Yeah, you're either denying, you know, the existence of reality. It's like your reality is different. Your sense or appreciation of reality is different. Let's remind you how this whole thing has gone down and why we find ourselves today wearing red armbands. And I stand against Galamsey. Organized labor, this is what happened yesterday.
October 8, 2024, the government team met with the leadership of Organized Labor and Ghana Employers Association. The meeting discussed at length Organized Labor's response to the earlier measures announced by government. Following this meeting, government offered enhanced and time-bound measures in respect of our demands and the fight against illegal mining. These measures include: 1, the revocation of the environmental protection, that's the mining in forest reserves, Regulations 2022, LI 2642. His Excellency the President has directed the Minister responsible for lands and natural resources to submit a memorandum for the revocation of the LI to Parliament when it reconvenes on Tuesday, October 15, 2024. The redeployment of the military and other law enforcement agencies to flush out illegal miners from water bodies and forest reserves. The military is now supporting the forest guards of the Forestry Commission to protect the forest reserves from destruction by illegal miners and loggers. Government, working with the judiciary, has already established 14 dedicated courts, 7 high courts and 7 circuit courts to handle illegal mining cases. Collaboration with the organized labor and other stakeholders to fight illegal mining, government has asked organized labor to nominate representatives to be part of the stakeholders committee to fight illegal mining in the country. 5, government supports the call by organized labor for all presidential candidates to sign a pact committing to the fight against illegal mining. 6, government affirms its commitment to engage with stakeholders, including organized labor and the Ghana Employers Association, to bring an end to illegal mining in Ghana. These are significant concessions that organized labor demands and threats have forced government to make towards combating illegal mining, that's Galamsey in Ghana. Comrades, organized labor has therefore decided to suspend the internal strike action. We are calling all workers to report for work on 10th of October 2024 and beyond. Organized labor will keenly monitor the implementation of these measures which government has made, and government will hear from us if it fails to do the needful.
Well, there you have it. You heard what the leaders of organized labor have said. At the end of the statement, they said that if government fails to deliver on its promise,
but Kweku,
they will hear from them. Well,
Kweku, my question is, we are all in this country.
Yeah.
We hear politicians making promises to us, campaign promises when it's time for election. I mean, quite a tall list of them.
Yeah.
And when their term of office is almost over and they are being asked to account for the promises that they made, we are not seeing anything. And you back down
over and over again
on a much anticipated strike where people are rooting for you, people are supporting you to stand in solidarity to fight against a menace such as Galamsey that's affecting all of us.
Yeah.
And then at the 11th hour, you back down because of promises that has not been fulfilled, or promises that you do not know whether or not it's actually going to be fulfilled.
You know, here are some of the promises. Let me show you. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has ordered the Minister for Defense to deploy additional military forces to intensify Operation Halt, the ongoing effort at curbing illegal mining activities across the country. Now, I'm curious. Operation Halt. We've had Operation Vanguard. We had Galam Stop. That was a subset of Operation Vanguard. Now we have Operation Halt. I'm just curious to know what the government's assessment of itself and its successes are, because the proof is in the eating of the pudding. When we see that the waters are only getting murkier, and waters that were previously untouched and unscathed are now becoming murky and riddled, and you will see some this morning, we will show you, with Galamsey Ovaltine, Galamsey Horlicks, and in some cases, Galamsey Milo. When we see this, the promises, we begin to wonder, really, who is on the ground and who is fighting what. He goes on to say that as part of the enhanced operation, naval boats will be deployed on polluted river bodies. You know, we've heard this before.
Yes.
It actually happened.
Yes.
We heard it before that it happened. We never saw the boats.
Yeah.
We never saw the river wardens and so on. There was a nice ceremony to outdoor them.
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
we never saw them in action. To enforce the immediate cessation of all mining activities, whether legal or illegal. This is the promise, though. Whether legal or illegal, the naval boats will be deployed on polluted river bodies. Please, my friends who have drones, get your drones out. Let's go and let's go to the bodies and see if we can find naval boats patrolling the waters and stopping the people from, you know, it says legal or illegal, within and around these critical water bodies. The measure is aimed at stopping the environmental degradation caused by Galamsey, which has severely impacted the nation's water sources. Now, the promise that is, the next promise here is the suspension of the enforcement of the regulation LI 2462. That's the environmental LI, the one that forest reserves.
Right.
You know, I asked myself, who sat down and thought it was a great idea to allow free for all into our forest reserves?
Right.
Not forest, though. Forest reserves.
Yes.
MPs. 21-day Gazette. You start and you thought it was a good idea. Wow. Wow. You thought it was a great idea that people should go into forest reserves.
And mine.
And feel free. Wow. Amazing. Anyway, after organized labor did their bit, UTAG also came to respond. And Professor Jampo was right on song, and he was not having it one bit. Let's take a look.
We even wanted to be given the opportunity to say that, well, if this is the route to go, then let us even subject government to strict deadlines. They said they will not let us talk.
Does that suggest that even in the meeting you were not allowed?
In the meeting, we were not. I mean, I made my first point. Others, a few people spoke, and if you are speaking, then the chairman gets up and says he doesn't want you to talk. And so, if you want to make further suggestions, we didn't finish the meeting, and they called you guys to join the meeting.
So
we did not finish with our discussion before we realized they had called the media in, and so the meeting did not end. Then they just got up to read the statement that had been prepared already.
Are we to see UTAG on strike tomorrow?
Well, we are going to meet this evening. We have voted already. The 16 public universities have all voted unanimously and overwhelmingly to say that they want to go on an industrial action. And we don't care about what disorganized labor wants to do. We would be the conscience of Ghana. We will defend Ghanaians and we will ensure that we defeat this fight. We will defeat this existential threat that confronts all of us. If disorganized labor would not want to do it, we will do it.
For example, is it fair to describe the leadership of organized labor as being incompetent? You describe the
given the kinds of things that happen here. Okay, you do not call a meeting and then go with a prepared speech. Otherwise, prepared speech that are conclusive. The speech has its own conclusion. We had not spoken. We had not discussed. And then you came, and then when we had not even discussed it, so we are calling off the strike. On what basis? What was the basis? It means you sat in the comfort of your bedroom with the politician who manipulated you to come and read this to us. I mean, they have people they can manipulate, but not some of us. Thank you. I am upset. I do not want to cross the line. So let us do that. We have made it here. They do not want us to be organized. They do not want unity. And I'm saying that if they don't want to go on this tangent of fighting against this existential threat, UTAG, we will be the conscience of the nation who will fight and defeat this existential threat. Thank you very much.
I love it. UTAG, we will be the conscience of the nation. That's what I'm quoting Professor Ransford Jampo. UTAG, we will be the conscience of the nation. God bless you.
Yes.
You have no idea the far-reaching implications of such a stance. God bless you. God bless you.
Kweku,
yes.
The press release from UTAG is here, so let me just take us through it. UTAG industrial action against illegal mining in forest reserves, farms and water bodies. And it says the National Executive Council of the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, has successfully concluded a referendum regarding industrial action to support a nationwide ban on mining and prospecting for gold and other minerals in forest reserves, farmlands and rivers. The referendum, which involved participation from all 15 member branches of UTAG, had a total of 2,762 members casting their votes. The results are as follows. So they had a total number of 2,153 votes, which amounted to 77.95%. Saying yes, they support the strike, and they also had 607 votes, which amounted to 21.98%, saying no, and those who abstained had 2 votes, which amounted to 0.07%, with an overwhelming majority of 77.95% voting in favor. The National Independent Elections Committee declares the motion carried. This decisive outcome reflects the unwavering commitment of UTAG members to protect our environment and livelihoods from destructive impact of mining activities in ecologically sensitive areas such as forest reserves, farms and water bodies. Following the referendum, the NEC convened an emergency meeting invoking Article 19, Clause 5 of the UTAG Constitution. In line with the constitutional mandate, NEC has unanimously declared an immediate indefinite strike from the 10th of October 2024 across all 15 UTAG branches. All members are directed to comply with this decision until the government formally announces a nationwide ban on illegal mining and prospecting activities in protected areas, including forest reserves, farmlands, and water bodies. Thank you for your steadfast support in this critical national cause. And this has been signed by Professor Mamudu A. Akudugu, who is the national president, as well as Dr. Ilyasu Mumuni, national secretary. So there we have it.
Well done. Well done to UTAG. Well done to the 77.95% of UTAG that said yes. Let's stand against Galamsey.
Right.
You know, for me, it's about understanding the connections between farmlands, forest reserves, river bodies, water sources, our future, economic growth, all of this, our health as a people. It's about understanding the interconnectivity. Everything's connected, you know. And for those who have been blowing the trumpet loud that I stand against Galamsey, I stand against Galamsey, you are just sitting in Accra and you're making noise. Is Accra the place that there's Galamsey going on? Come here and see what Galamsey is happening. Well, within the greater Accra region, we have a report for you.
Right.
Yes, a report by
our very own Akosia Oche, who is a broadcast journalist right here at ChannelOne TV, as well as City 97.3 FM. Let's take a look at this. The effect of illegal mining has come to meet us right here in Accra. So let's take a look at this, and you be the judge.
There have been several calls for government to act on activities of illegal mining. Now, usually you'd hear that these activities are happening in the eastern region, in the western region, and some parts of the central region. We've heard stories where residents who live in these areas are affected. Well, the capital, Accra, is also reeling under the impact of activities of illegal mining. So this is the Dainty River, a vital water body originating from the Itiwa Range in the eastern region and stretches for approximately 116 kilometers. So it flows through towns like in Sawam and other areas before reaching the Wager Dam, which is crucial for supplying drinking water to parts of Accra. Now, the Dainty River was once a major source of water for many residents, especially in areas that the water passes through, like Ayika and Doblo in Amasaman area in Accra. But what is the state of the river now? Its original color has been distorted by illegal mining activities. Some residents sit by the edge of the passing river, relaxing by its side. Let me just move closer and speak with them. Hi, how are you?
How are you too?
I'm good, thanks for asking. What's your name?
My name is Ebenezer. People call me here Joe.
Joe, okay.
Yes, yes.
And you live around, I guess?
Oh, yes, I've been here for some time now. But this is my usual place. I come for devotion every morning.
Devotion?
Yes.
Under a bridge?
No, you see, there's a river, that spirit that contains, you understand? When so try a washing and Uncle Bob for Botaye, so what I say, but who said they'll be you sooner? But I'm happy you guys are here.
Okay, but this is not the water God created.
Yes, you see, people are living a selfish world today. Because this Galamsey, when I came here, the water wasn't like this.
How long ago was this?
Oh, I just realized this for about, let me say, 3 months now.
3 months ago?
Yes, because it wasn't here in Accra like that. So meaning this main road here, the Galamsey has gotten here.
These residents say that for decades, this river provided drinking water for the community. But now its pollution is putting their health at serious risk.
We'll fight against the Galamsey because Amasama here, the tap flowing is not consistent like that. Until they will need two pipes, so I don't know, the boka. And so we are an amount for the breed they rely on here. Except Oma Munyaska, Oma to Abula or Mufie, and Oma to Borehole. You understand? But aside that, this is the main river everybody uses.
We used to drink, we used to wash, we used to do everything. But due to its color now, we cannot use it anymore. We are worried about the water, what is that have been changed. We are worried.
So what do you want government to do?
Oh, we want the government to fight against Galamseys so that our water will be clean.
Me ba afoforo na me se bi nom. Ba sisi am ko okura me time nom. E onu akola enya ade e be hye da yiyo. Anka e be sere se Galamsey ni we ndi anka na obehwe na oni sa nkrofo no akasa amaye.
Others, like children, still defy all odds and use the water.
Kalande like time they na fine pa, but you see the nina IS sanaka, but and one use.
Ugusu use.
Yeah.
Send ya brown say I say chokomilo you say richoko no. Mugusu use.
So like if you are best kakra na dia ahoro niema bi kakra but untimi fan ye aduane ni ade if ya obenya yare bra ya ne de niema bebre bitimi aba be hawo nkwala no nti eno e high because of like sani omuye but ade minim say omuye Galamsey wa na muye but if e fie chire na e bad ya me de mintimi chire.
Farmers who once depended on the Dainty River to irrigate their fields are now watching their crops fail. To them, the river's pollution has severely impacted food production in this area.
Chire America kre say you go ye dobanu so a dobanu nya papa because on say all the women say about the woman into yes this a huge one so na huge one on koso today first na me ba no.
Yes, say munyiska.
Oh say man kra ye fedu kra ye jai because ye akanko na ye bo. Because you do about answer about because ofi October to December na jero no Saturday hanan so sharanto. Nti no na etwi nti obi a on machines na etwi ye di guso. Nti o fa say America kai etwi guso anye ye nti pi o ma ija adwuma no. Because etwi guso kanko na obobo. Nti me like this ko ma ija adwuma ne ye. Galamsey na enya kranko ye krobo ku ye che. Wo nso na no because say so yen bibi free ho a na o ye so di hwe ye mam so fa say yen bibi a ye ba ye ne nti ye krobo ha e che wo tin so na no kra e di kra ha o area ha kra che obi a because first na ye ba ha na o kunso on so komodi obotu asabi no onum no se o kuntu say o pe ko bi o ankra mu ni se bi bro na hwe
Sure. Okay. Since you need where densu.
Where densu. Na side di gray into here.
We kura nenu kura ko ye kakra.
We kura ye kakra.
We kura ye kakra. Mami ye ni say no.
Okay. My bucket and I na ye hu senia.
Sheson enum.
Okay. And when ye nsu ofin bia o we
e de nsu no a meta mi ye papa mu na ye grandfather mu de asase no lisi omu no enje se na nsu no etie by sesia no de too much mimiti eso wonu e wa ya first nsu we enu na ye use by sesia de too much ndi sesia ya nyina ya ja use e bia so o twi bia e bia o di ko good blog so ana baby obi antumi use we so nu ma yare odi nu aduane a yare hwe ni ho di be ya e be ya ma o dia nya ya ja yusu.
Okay, so this is the water they are talking about, water that they fetch into a river. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. This is the color. This was not a situation some months ago, as they say.
We aso ye dem be oba obeko banya so we na ebe numa ebeko nti omu sa Galamsey no omu boy na enso ntwa why me twi no nya baba se me twa na nya sa so na me da bank na mu
we mo
ofa ne wongbo nu egbe wo na egbe wo sa ka kwa ne ke Galamsey na sa afu ese nu no wo yuso kejebe na for me nge no aka guon no aka ha me no aka fi ono fi ano she bia na too much or bia na po no onye waka fi no guru bia na pure water wagula waka ho ni because pipe share ko bie ni wo be pipe ko ye bia waka ke no wofo.
Some farmers continue to use the polluted water to irrigate their crops for sale despite the health risks. Ina no ke pump here bia na okay sure
water machine ka bla no ka sure ngom ngian.
Okay, okay, nue, galamsey nue, sure, emomi.
Mbabo ta no ni ahia bo, no ta no ni ahia bo, so no use to afite, ona eko. So no use.
Mommy be ene to fan keni bi ni ameke fio galamsey. E wa gbe na ni nue fe ne keni wo ken hwe momi no be banku kan momi enu wo yo be.
The activities of illegal mining in Ghana is not only having an impact on residents living in areas where this activity is ongoing, but also the capital, Accra. Now, for residents in Ayika and Doblo, for example, they are reeling under the impact. Farmers are suffering, and fishers in this river, that is the Densu River, are also struggling to survive. They want government to take immediate steps to halt these activities happening across the country. Reporting for ChannelOne News, Akwesi Alche, Accra.
Right, that is a report, a sad one that's filed by our very own Akosia Oche from the Greater Accra region, Ayika Doblo. This is Accra. This is Accra. This is not Western region, this is not Eastern region, this is not Central region. Kweku, so the SDG Development Goal 6 talks about clean water and sanitation for all. And look, is this what we are championing? To push the SDG agenda? Is this what we are championing?
You know, we are quick to go and sign on to things. We'll go and sign. As for the signing, the ceremony, pomp and pageantry, we like it.
You know, one of our crew members was just showing us from his phone the water running through his tap. When we are saying these things, it looks as though we are just talking, we are just trying to make noise or, I mean, come up with false accusations and all of that. But these are actually things happening. He showed us the water. The water is looking brown. We are saying that, oh, times are hard. When you go to other developed countries, they don't drink
People are drinking
water.
from their taps.
They're drinking directly from their taps. But over here, you are not even sure whether the clean water that is coming from your tap is safe enough to drink.
Because, of course, if you're cleaning, you're removing the turbidity. It doesn't mean you're removing mercury. It doesn't mean you're removing arsenic. It doesn't mean you're removing cyanide. You know, so these are the things that we have to deal with. You know, and I found out yesterday that it's gotten so bad that now Ghana Water is not only using alum to clean the water, because in some cases the alum is not enough. You have to use what they call polymers to clean the water. You know, and polymer, by the way, is used to clean wastewater. You know, when you are trying to purify wastewater, it's polymer that is used. That's where we've reached.
And Kweku, in the report, we saw one of the farmers, Akusia, engaged, talking about the fact that they can't use the water to water their crops anymore because the crops are dying. Very soon, we'll be experiencing famine in Ghana. Very, very soon.
It's not even. It's no longer even about. It's not no longer even about watering your crops. That the crops will be poisoned for your use, but rather the crops will even grow. The crops will even surviving. Anyway, so there you have it. For those who are making the argument and have been making the argument that we sit in Accra and shout and make noise about stop galamsey and all of that, but galamsey is not happening in Accra, well, Akosia Ochi brought you that report. We're going to take a quick break. When we're back, we're going to be having a conversation because the World Sight Day is upon us. And we'll be talking your eyesight, how to protect it, and all of those conversations. Don't miss out on this.